Hello and welcome to another edition of the OpIndia recap with me, Sham Sharma. Thank you very much for joining us. Thank you very much for watching today. We appreciate you. Alright guys, if you are new to this channel and if you've never watched us before, if you enjoyed today's video, please consider subscribing to the OpIndia YouTube channel down below. And if you have seen us before, and if you've enjoyed what we do and you haven't subscribed already, please make sure to subscribe for more great content. Okay, so today's story is relevant because just recently, the polling for the assembly elections in Tripura has concluded. The Election Commission has estimated the voting turnout to be somewhere near 79%, which is really high and which is pretty good. Tripura has been ruled by the left for a good quarter of a century. For a large chunk of that time, Manik Sarkar has been the chief minister of Tripura. Now, as you may well be aware, the media and the left parties, they present an image of the left to the world and to India that the left is just the party of the people and all it cares about is the people and their development and their betterment. But unfortunately, the reality, once you start to dig a little deeper, the reality tends to be a lot different. And when you see this reality, you actually realize why the radical left and why the radical Islamists make such good bedfellows and make such good partners. It is because both of these people maintain power and influence through two means. Number one, through fear, violence, and intimidation. Between 1977 and 2009, it has been estimated that there have been anywhere between 25,000 to 50,000 political murders in West Bengal. Even today, you can see in Kerala the way BJP workers and RSS workers are murdered with impunity on a regular basis. You can see that there's some ring of truth to that. And of course, if you look further back, you can see examples in China, you can see examples in USSR, you can see examples in Venezuela more recently, where millions upon millions of people have been murdered in the name of the common good. The idea is that these left parties, they espouse that they know what the common good stands for. And if you are against what the left parties stand for, then automatically you are against the common good. You are against the common good of the people. And because of that, you are an enemy of the state, you're an enemy of the people, and you deserve to die. The second way that it maintains power is by punishing apostates. We all are aware of the way radical Islam punishes apostates and calls for the death of apostates, but it also happens to a degree in left parties as well. In 2009, T.P. Chandrasekharan, who was a part of the CPIM in Kerala, left the CPIM to form a revolutionary Marxist party, and this upset the CPIM leader so much that he was actually murdered in 2009 for leaving the party. There is also a well-known journalist in Kerala named Babu Bhaskar who talks about this phenomenon as well, where people are threatened or killed for leaving the CPIM in Kerala. He talks about the Thiyas community, which is a caste variant of the Aizavas in South Kerala. And he says the Thiyas have been traditionally associated with the left, and when someone deserts the party, we see that there is an attempt to kill him. The CPIM somehow dissuades people from leaving the party by killing deserters. And this is how the left parties hold on to power for so long. This is why they've been in Tripura for 25 years. This is why they were in Bengal for so long. And this is why they've been managed to hold on to power for so long in Kerala as well. So again, like I said, Manik Sarkar and the Tripura leftist parties, they give a very polished and caring about the people image of themselves. But if you look under the surface, you can see the tactics that the left parties use that I just talked about clearly being demonstrated in the state as well. In 1983, Congress MLA Parimal Saha was murdered along with his cousin, and there was absolutely no movement in the investigation of his case for a good 25 years. In 2011, a peaceful protester Papai Saha, who was protesting against corruption in medical colleges, was shot dead by the police, and the investigation into that murder by the CVI was heavily opposed by the Manik Sarkar government. Also, like I said, people who start outgrowing the party and people who become too big for the party are also likely to get killed, because this is what happened to a CPIM leader, Bimal Saha, who became very popular in Kerala and who Manik Sarkar thought might become even more popular than him. And so he was murdered, and then a CBI investigation into his death was also heavily opposed by the Manik Sarkar government. And through this fear and through this intimidation and through this violence, the Congress, the opposition to the left in Tripura, has been almost completely wiped out. But to be completely fair, that is Congress's own fault as well for ignoring the Northeast completely for so long. But now, ever since the BJP's rise and ever since there's been this groundswell of support for the BJP in Tripura, you can see that the left cadre is scared. And the reason you can tell that they're scared, that there's this groundswell of support for the BJP, is by the sheer scope and level of violence that they've unleashed against BJP and BJP supporters in the state. Last year, a BJP Chand Mohan Tripura Tripura was brutally murdered. BJP General Secretary Ariful Islam's house was vandalized recently, and allegedly the women in his house were harassed as well. BJP worker Nani Gopal De was also assaulted recently by people who were allegedly associated with the CPIM. Also, only recently a BJP worker Amulya Malakar was brutally murdered, and that murder actually made it 7 BJP affiliated people's murders in the past 7 months in Tripura. Also, only 2 days ago, 5 BJP workers were brutally assaulted in the run-up to the election process. The idea of propagating this violence and the idea of intimidating people in the state is that people from the CPIM are going from village to village to village to village in Tripura saying that, look, all of this hope and all of this stuff is only till the elections. Once the elections is over and we come back to power, there is going to be no BJP to protect you. And BJP can't protect you anyway because we're killing their people willy-nilly. All this violence is to send a message to the general population that there is no escape from the left and to create this feeling of hopelessness. Because honestly, the left and the CPIM has nothing to offer Tripura apart from this violence and this intimidation. Because there's a prominent physician in Tripura, in Agartala, named Ashok Simha, who was also an ex-Congress spokesperson, who says that over the past 25 years, thousands and thousands of crores of rupees has been given to Tripura for development purposes, and almost none of it has been utilized. And a large portion of that money that came to Tripura has gone into the pockets of the top leadership in the CPIM. Also, the state is almost completely underdeveloped, the infrastructure is crumbling, the education levels are dismal, and the people have virtually no job prospects. And this is something that the left does as well. And this is something that actually the Congress party does as well. One of these tactics is to keep these people poor, is to keep these people impoverished, and then blame that impoverishment on someone else. They say that, well, the reason you're impoverished is because of these Hindu fascists and because of the bourgeoisie. And this is why we must take down the Hindu fascists, and we must take down the bourgeoisie, and we must take their resources. And the left has used this strategy to great effect, and the Congress has used this strategy to great effect. On the flip side of it, BJP offers something that the CPIM has not been able to offer for a very long time, and that is hope. And that is change, and that is development. BJP brings with itself a promise of development. BJP brings with itself LPG connections to every household in the state. BJP brings with itself infrastructure projects, parts of which they've already undertaken in a big way, and there's more infrastructure projects promised throughout the Northeast in the future. BJP brings with itself the prospects of jobs. BJP brings with itself the prospect of private investment in the state. All of these things are things that the people of Tripura have not seen for very long, which is why whatever groundswell of support there is for the BJP exists today. And look, I don't know what the outcome of the election process is going to be. I don't know if the BJP is going to win this election. In terms of what the outcome of the election is going to be, my guess is as good as yours. But what we can definitely see is that the left is scared in Tripura, is that the left is scared of losing power, is that there is definitely a groundswell of support for the BJP there. And I think it's a very good sign, because I definitely do think that, the Northeast has been ignored for very long, and I definitely do think that the people of Tripura deserve better than the murderous CPIM. And I want to put this question out to you as well, guys. What do you think is going to be the outcome of this election? Do you think the CPIM is going to retain? Do you think the BJP is going to win? Why or why not? Please get involved in the comment section below, because we'd love to hear your opinions. Okay, guys, and that's today's episode. Thank you very much for watching today's show. I will see you again for the next episode of the recap. Also, I have my own YouTube channel called the Sham Sharma Show on YouTube, so the link to the channel is provided in the description below, so please make sure to go check it out as well. Please make sure to follow OpIndia on this platform over here. Again, thank you for watching. I will see you next time, and until then, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll see you soon.